Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dream Daddy. Last we left off, we were meeting Damien Bloodmarch. Sorry. I'm making fun of his name, but honestly, it's a perfect name for him. I'm only teasing him because I think he might actually be my favorite, but then again, I might be biased because I've actually finished through his entire path so far. The only one that I have finished. Anyway. Damien finishes the sentence with a flourish and a bow, producing a single rose and offering it to Amanda. Where the fuck did you get the rose? Are you really that extra? Amanda blushes and returns the gesture with a curtsy. Huh. My, do you know how to treat a lady? Ah. Hello, Amanda. Seemingly out of nowhere, Joseph Twins' kids appear. Are they speaking in unison? Huh? Hey! Won't you come play with us? Forever and ever and ever. Come play with us. Forever. Guys, enough with the creepy twin shtick. We've talked about this. Christian and Christy slowly back away. Where do you think they got that from? Mary pops into the conversation, wine in hand. I don't know. Mary takes a long sip of the wine. Oh my God. I think I might have taped over a VeggieTales VHS with The Shining. Who knows? She takes another sip of her wine. Where's Krish? Wasn't he with you? You had him a moment ago. He's probably stuffing dirt in his mouth. He'll be alright. Toddlers are pretty resilient. Mary tips her glass to me. Ain't my first time to the rodeo. It's my fourth. I have squeezed 4 little... Sweetheart, would you do me a favor and please find Krish? That would be great. Oh my... I'm sure he's fine. Yeah. Mary. Okay, jeez. Mary finishes her wine and wanders off. Alright, well... Okay. This is unfortunate that this woman is allowed to be this abusive. Great. Because I consider that to be abuse. Dad, can we go now? Lucian, have I introduced you to Lore yet? Hey, it's that punk from Amanda's school. I remember you. Whatever. That's no way for a young man to speak to his elders. Be polite. Lucian bows. Whatever. Lucian bows again. Mr. Christensen, may I have a veggie burger, sir? Don't moan at the child. Coming right up, bud. Are you vegetarian? Yep. Make that 2 veggie burgers. Did you know that some people in the Victorian era were vegetarians? They described carnivorous-type people as bloodlappers. Dad. Aye. That's really interesting, Damien. Joseph turns to the grill. Just a hint of a tattoo peeks out from underneath his sleeve. I can't believe I didn't notice it before. It looks like the bottom of an anchor. Whoa, is that a tattoo?
Excellent.
Excellent? Yep, I wasn't always a youth pastor, you know. That is so cool. Want to see mine?
Oh my.
What? Lucian pulls back some rubber bracelets, revealing a lopsided 666 in black ink. My buddy gave me a stick and poke tattoo last week. I think it's healing up pretty good. Lucian! We'll talk about this later. That's pretty cool. What's the significance of the tattoo? I don't know. I just thought it looked sick. Well, in my opinion, the only reason you need to get a tattoo is because you want one. Careful, though. That number carries weight. Man, Joseph is way cooler youth pastor than I thought. I just figured youth pastors popped out of the womb like with a Bible. I wonder what he did before preaching. Alright, well... let's chat with Matt, Hugo, and Craig. All 3 of you at once, okay. Matt and Hugo seem to be embroiled in an intense discussion. Craig looks on, smiling politely. I walk over and say hello. Well, I don't think it's fair to try and compare 2 art movements like that. Periods in art only exist because they're a unique byproduct of the social and political climate of the time and place. And to try and take something like, say, the Rococo period and compare it to postmodernism in America, you're completely disregarding the context in which such a work of art is created. Matt and Hugo seem to be so busy talking that they don't notice me. Craig leans in. Dude, I have no idea what's happening. I like both of the situation. I feel like I need to score a few more points with Matt and Hugo, though.
Oh.
That kind of comparison just eliminates the reason art movements are so important in the first place. You're not wrong, but I think there's no harm in comparing one work of art to another. You could definitely say one painting is better than another if you're evaluating technical skill from a purely formalist standpoint. If I showed you a Matisse and then something by the Dutch masters, which one would you say shows more technical prowess? I am so lost right now. I shoot a worried glance over to Craig, who returns it. Well, sure, you could say that the Dutch masters were technically more skilled, but I would argue that while the Dutch masters were better painters, Matisse had better paintings overall. Art is dead? Jesus fucking Christ. Well, that's pretty subjective. How do you mean? Well, that painting of the guy with the apple in front of his face is pretty nice. Matisse rocks. That's a Magritte. Right, Art, sorry. You're fine, dude. We were just discussing the importance of context when talking about artwork. Listen, all I asked was if you liked Van Gogh or Picasso better. Hugo throws up his hands in frustration. But they represent two completely different art movements. How could I possibly choose between the thick, creamy impasto of post-impressionism and the abstractionist beauty of cubism? Man, that's all way above my... You know what? For me, it's actually not above my head. I kind of understand at least bits and pieces of what they're talking about. Me too.
Hey.
It's all good, man. The cool thing about art is that we all perceive it differently. A single piece could have a totally different effect on each person that looks at it, and that's awesome. Just 1 minute about that. Hugo, please. Sorry. I get really fired up about art stuff. Lore, how are you liking the neighborhood? It's pretty nice. Everybody's been super friendly.
Hey.
Seems like your daughter is fitting in just fine. Matt points across the yard to where Amanda, Daisy, and another young girl are playing. They're all sitting cross-legged in the grass, picking weeds and weaving them into little flower crowns. It's pretty adorable. The girl I don't recognize jogs over to us.
Hey.
What is it, sweetheart? It's a flower crown. I thought you'd look cute in it.
Hey.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Matt takes the flower crown and places it on top of his head.
Hey.
Yes! Oh my god, perfect! And I'm going to say this, I respect anyone who is willing to put a flower crown on their head for any reason, especially when your kid brings it to you. If your kid brings you something, you put it on your head. That's just how that works, okay? Anyway, am I cool now? The girl stares at him, thinking it over. Nope, but you're slightly less uncool than you were before you put it on.
Hey.
Hey. Hey, Laura, this is my daughter. Hello. I'm Carmencita. Amanda comes over with Daisy in tow. Dad, look, I'm making friends. Are you making friends? You better be making friends. Yeah, actually. Amanda, you remember the cool barista from the coffee shop, and my old college friend, and, your teacher. Oh, hi, Mr. Vega. Oh, hi, Mr. Vega. I didn't realize we were neighbors.
Oh.
Yep. You still gonna get me that overdue term paper? Great seeing you! Amanda finger guns her way out of the conversation like a champ. I've taught her well. She learned the finger guns move from me. I'm very proud. She's definitely a charmer. Speaking of which, where did my son go?
What?
Hugo looks around the party. He must finally spot him because his eyes go wide.
What?
Ernest? Oh my god, Ernest Hemingway... Ernest! Ernest Hemingway Vega, are you smoking? Ernest is holding a lit cigarette. Nope. I see Ernest across the way. He casually takes a long drag of his cigarette and then flicks it into gutter.
Oh.
Unbelievable! Excuse Excuse me. Hugo marches over to Ernest, and I turn my attention to Matt and Craig. Kids, right?
Hey.
Man, I do not envy Hugo. The last barbecue we had, Ernest tried to shove a sparkler down Joseph's pants. Nearly burned down half the yard. And the barbecue we had before that, he actually burned down half the yard. And then it spread onto my lawn and burned half down my yard, too. Hugo walks back over to us, practically dragging Ernest behind him. Hey, everybody, sorry about that. Lore, this is my son, Ernest. Hello. Ernest looks away, sulking, his hands shoved deep in his pockets. Hugo nudges him impatiently. Hey. Nice to meet you, Ernest. What grade are you in? Does it matter? Ernest! Okay, I'm in 8th grade. God, are you happy now? I'm sure you were just dying to know. Yeah, good for you. Can I go now? I'm tired of talking to old dudes who blame my generation for the failing economy. Ouch. Ernest! Oh yeah, because I'm totally embarrassing you. Ernest puts earbuds in and storms off to go stand in the corner. Well, that was certainly something. He seems nice. Hugo puts his head in his hands and sighs.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. He's having a really tough time. As much as I want to be the cool dad, I have to be the authoritarian dad, and he clearly resents me for it. I mean, there's something in between those two. There's setting structure and trying to also relate to your child, and trying to understand where they're coming from. Both things are equally important when it comes to the structure of your child's care. You do need to set the boundaries, you do need to let them grow, you need to allow them to have the space to grow as individuals, but also establish things so that they're not going too far over the line. It sounds to me like this is a case of Hugo putting a little bit too much of the authoritarian into the parenting and not so much the relating to the child aspect. I mean, as a dad and a teacher, that's about as authoritarian as you can get. Honestly, are any of us cool dads? Is it even possible to be a cool dad? What? I'm as cool as cucumber. I'm cool as a cucumber.
Hey.
See, that right there, you can't say that.
Oh.
My kids think I'm cool. But for how long, Craig? How long do we get to be the cool dads? For however long you're wearing that flower crown in your hair,
I
dude.
don't know.
I don't know.
Hey.
I think we just have to accept the fact that as dads, we've become the machine we once raged against and accept our fate to unironically wear socks with sandals. Your kids may think you're cool now, but the moment they hit puberty, you're doomed. Amanda's 18 and she still thinks I'm cool. I yell across the yard to my daughter. Amanda, I'm cool, right? Amanda just laughs. She keeps laughing. I see your point. As much as we all want it, I don't think it's as important to be a cool dad as it is to be a good dad. We can't all be best friends with our kids. It just doesn't work. I mean, look at me and Ernest. Our job as parents is to make sure our kids turn out okay. Yeah, you're right, but it'd be nice to have it both ways. Hearing these guys talk about this makes me think about my relationship with Amanda. We get along so well, but there might come a time when it won't be like that. Is college when that happens? Don't let us eat up your time, Lore. Go meet some of the other people around the neighborhood. Alright. Well, I glance across the yard and notice Robert and Brian chatting over drinks. Man, I don't think I want to deal with being one-upped by Brian or whatever happened with Robert last night. Oh no, they caught me staring. Oh no, Brian's waving me over. Shoot. I flash a smile and walk over to them. Hey, guys.
Lore, how the heck are ya? Settling into the neighborhood all right?
Oh, you betcha. Got the living room in order at least?
That's great to hear. I've been doing some living room work as well. Finally got the 50-inch in there. The game looks great in high def.
Oh, boy.
Lore, have you met Robert yet?
I will say this, like, a little bit of competition is one thing, but I personally also really don't like it when someone tries to one-up you on something. And someone has to try and make you feel inferior by virtue of what it is that they're doing with their life. Like, it's one thing to want to achieve. seeking success and achieving success is all great, but the second that you have to shove it in someone else's face is when the appreciation for your accomplishments starts to go down just a little bit. Anyway,
Laura, have you met Robert yet?
Yeah, we've met.
Robert regards me over his whiskey.
Good seeing you again.
We were just talking about my most recent camping trip. Spent a night out in the woods with Daisy and Maxwell. She's definitely an outdoorsy one. Even caught her first fish.
It's good to see you taking your daughter out like that. I bet she loved it. And it's great that she loves the outdoors. Mine loves being inside, like my daughter truly would.
Brian raises his eyebrows at me.
Being inside, making art. She won a local competition for that art, yep.
Did I put it on too strongly?
Yeah, probably. You don't need to impress this guy. Robert stares at me blankly for a second. Anyway, I haven't gone camping in years, not since the last time. Same here. Well, things change once you have Wait, what happened the last time?
Robert takes a long sip of whiskey.
Well, old Johnny Boy and me were out in the back country. Johnny Boy's a strong kid, met him in my army days. Comes from Kansas. They build him tougher out there. Anyway, things go south pretty quick. Johnny Boy breaks his ankle when the rope bridge snaps. You can see the bone popping out through the skin. Johnny Boy screaming now, crying for his mama, losing blood. We're 2 days out from the next living soul, and here I am with my dear friend bleeding out in front of me. I'm able to dress the wound, but now I gotta fireman carry a 6-foot, 180-pound man over some of the toughest terrain I've ever been in. I won't lie to you, there were moments during those 2 days when I thought about leaving old Johnny Boy. But you build a bond with your brothers in arms, and that bond never breaks. I got that boy back to civilization, but I lost some of me out there. I guess that's camping for you.
Brian and I stare in disbelief. Robert takes another long sip of whiskey.
I'm just kidding. My friend John and I went inner tubing down a river and he lost a flip-flop. Missed that kid.
Brian and I laughed nervously.
Or am I kidding?
Brian and I tense up again.
I'm kidding.
Phew. Amanda and Daisy barrel up to us laughing. Daisy is holding a paper plate in front of her like a steering wheel.
We gotta get off this haunted truck! Oh no, the ghost locked the doors! Yes.
Quick, hit the emergency escape button!
But trucks don't have an emergency escape button!
Then hit the brake, I guess, and then we'll get out of the truck. The imaginary truck. Anyway, we're safe from the ghosts, but how will we ever survive this Arctic tundra? Daisy, you might have to eat me. Are you prepared to do that?
I'm prepared to do anything to survive.
Oh my god, that face. I love this child as well.
That's cold-blooded. I like that.
Although I'm not sure I have the materials required to properly cook you.
You know, that reminds me of the last time I went skiing.
Robert! Wait a second, are you guys playing Long Haul Ice Road Paranormal Ghost Truckers?
Yeah!
Amanda and I love that show.
It's the best, especially that episode where Callum hides Flint's keys and
Flint retaliates by breaking an ancient cursed urn and sending the spirit after him. Yeah, it's such quality reality television. I don't watch a whole lot of television, but I do enjoy that show. That and war documentaries. All right, Daisy, I found us a couple of bugs. They're gonna make a great meal. Lots of protein. Gonna keep us from starving out here in this harsh, icy wasteland. But there's a whole table of food right over the... Daisy, it's a game. We're playing pretend. It's what kids do. Live a little.
Amanda gives Daisy a handful of gummy worms from the snack table. They eat them with mock disgust.
Let's go find kindling for a fire. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not an actual fire. Because we're playing pretend?
Hey.
Now you're getting it. Daisy and Amanda run off. What a cute couple of kids. And you know what? I think that is a good stopping point for today. So, I hope you enjoyed this installment of Let's Play Dream Daddy, where hopefully we got to see a little bit more of each of these characters. I do actually like this whole this whole barbecue situation. It really helps to establish these characters even more strongly. And, well, it's a good prologue to the rest of the game. So, anyway, hope to see you next time.